Is it a good idea to hobby analyze others? What do you think? Honestly, I think we all have been guilty of trying to figure out what's going on with a friend of ours or another person. It's very, very easy to do, but not always the best idea. For example, you might have a friend or know someone where you think they are immensely talented and they somehow don't seem to get out of their own way. So maybe they are doing things that you would call self-sabotage and then, impeding their own success. And it's very hard to watch from the outside. So you go and tell your friend you are self-sabotaging. And it might be true, but it also might not be that simple. And I think, yes, we want to somehow know what's going on with other people we want to understand, but we don't make the effort to really understand what's going on with another person at the same time. When we take the example of self-sabotage, for example, it's not that clear-cut. Your friend might have been growing up in a narcissistic family system and has learned that when they succeed, it's not a good thing because they should not be more successful than the narcissist. Or when they fail, it's not a good idea either. So they are caught between a hard rock and, what was it called again? You know what saying I mean. Between a, it's a catch-22, that's what I'm trying to say. And so they learned that they neither should succeed nor fail. And it's a survival mechanism. That's what it is. And to see it as such, rather than telling the other person that they are self-sabotaging, would do them a better favor in that example, because it's about knowing this is a survival mechanism and there's a reason why they have developed that pattern. So there's a bit more compassion and understanding that goes towards that, which enables actually the person to not self-blame even more, because that's what it boils down to. Then they, already don't feel good enough, and then on top of that, now they are this self-sabotaging person. It's just an example, but I'm trying to say that ultimately we want to help other people and encourage them. So when we happen to just jump in and jump to a conclusion too quickly or analyze too harshly, we do a disservice to other people. It would be better to maybe ask more questions and to listen more deeply and to come with more compassion and understanding, because at the end of the day, we don't know really what's going on in another person, and we don't know the reasons why someone is behaving the way they are. So in my opinion, either really try to find out what's going on and don't judge immediately, or just leave it and say, I don't know what's going on with that person, and if it's too annoying for you, just walk away from it. I think analyzing has a place, but it has to be done very carefully, and if we are not a psychologist, maybe we have to refrain from it a little bit. Just because we've read some books doesn't mean that we can suss out everyone, and to apply a little bit more curiosity and compassion instead, and finding ways to actually rather encourage someone coming from a place of good enough instead of pointing out more not good enough, I think that would be a good place to start. Has it ever happened to you that you felt like wrongly hobby analyzed by another person? And if so, was it? What did you do with it? Or has it ever been helpful, someone coming to you and telling you what was going on with you? I'd love to know. This was Anja Kersten, life coach and artist. Bye-bye.